Hi Dorela again. We are in our second topic, miscarriage, and what is your opinion about the miscarriage? Do every woman with a miscarriage needs a genetic consulting?
Yeah, I know miscarriages is like experiences a real drama for the couple and for the doctor that it's being like managing this couple. I definitely have some different guidance for miscarriages. For example, if the miscarriages happens in the first week of pregnancy, like in 4, 5, or even 7th week of pregnancy.
Something traumatic for the woman, especially when it becomes in the first pregnancy.
Yeah.
When I follow up the parents in my first visit, I tell them that if you will have 10 pregnancies in your lifetime, you will lose 3 of them.
Exactly.
That's natural selection.
Yeah, exactly.
A sperm and the ovum becomes a single cell, and from that single cell,
they just rapidly divide.
And
yes.
there may be problems with genetic and anatomic problems,
Yeah.
and that babies stop growing at the early stage of their life, and they wouldn't like to have a baby with that genetic or anatomic problems.
Exactly.
But
true.
if it's repeated at the later stages, later weeks of the pregnancy, for more than 3 times, I think, or if the pregnancy is over 10 weeks and one loss is important for us.
Even one loss becomes important if the pregnancy was interrupted at around 8th or 9th week of pregnancy, because we just need to go back to the couple, check their DNA, both from the male and the female partner, and check if there are some error, some like very hidden error that for them didn't create any problem, but when they cells unite to create the baby, this error becomes visible and it creates the problem to the baby, and it stops the development of the baby. It ends in termination of the pregnancy. And we also saw this DNA testing is called karyotyping, and it's very accurate because we go and check in detail the DNA of the couple and check what are the problem, and then consult the couple if they cannot conceive like a natural pregnancy. Maybe they need to do like an artificial intervention, because
you can't change the genetic of the parents, so you advise them and in vitro fertilization.
Yes, because if they have a problem, that miscarriages will continue to happen. So we don't want to lose their time and to lose their money, and we just switch them and recommend to them to go to IVF. Every loss is like a real drama, and it needs a lot of psychological support, because it also added like financial expenditures to that. So we carefully sit with the couple and understand what was going on. We can add also some tests like thrombophilic test, even though miscarriages from thrombophilia mutations are not very like it can be resolved, because you put the woman under a special therapy, and the problem can be resolved. They don't need to go to IVF.
There are 2 most common reasons of the miscarriage, genetic and thrombophilia problems.
Exactly. And fragile X as well. In fragile X is like a defect of the X chromosome, especially evident when the fetus is male fetus, and the miscarriages happen after 10th week of pregnancy, and this defect creates very problem in neurodevelopment of the fetus, and sometimes it leads to miscarriages. We can add this screening as well to the couple if they have more than 2 miscarriages.
So you don't only advise parent consulting of genetic, also the abortion material needs to be evaluated.
Yes, for example, if the couple during their medical history interview they don't report of anything genetically significant, then we advise to collect the material of the abortion, the tissue of that fetus, and to analyze directly that fetus and to understand why was the cause, what did this fetus have, what the tissue is telling us, and go back then and understand.
Most of that abortions are sporadic, not inherited. What will it give us?
Yeah, sometimes it shows us some translocations. For example, if the couple didn't do karyotyping, we can find the translocation in the fetus. So something that in the parents were hidden, They didn't do the analysis of their DNA. They just are showing to the doctor in the clinic of the doctor after these 2 miscarriages or 3 miscarriages. And the doctor is saying, let's collect the material of the abortion and let's check it. And sometimes this material shows us the translocations. The defect is coming from the couple to the baby.
The solution will be the same, I think. If there's a problem, they will have to make a in vitro fertilization.
Yes, it depends. We generally do a genetic consultation afterwards to give the right information on the probability of repeating itself for the problem. Because even translocations, they are not 100% translocated in every pregnancy. So they have their risk of showing, of appearing. And genetic consultancy afterwards, after we get the result, is very important to give guidance to the couple and their doctors what to do, to wait and to continue getting pregnant naturally or to go for IVF. It depends on the kind of translocation of the problem that we identify.
Okay. Thank you, Dorela, for your contribution to the speech. On behalf of the Turkish women, I want to thank you and your company for your support for healthy pregnancies, healthy babies.
Thanks to you, Dr. Yusuf, and we can connect anytime with your audience.
Yeah, thank you.